On the my people, now welcome to this channel. We're going to give now a bonge update. This one are the evidence of the what we happened yesterday. As Prime Minister they dropped this update, we'll come back and give now more updates.
The mistake you people are making is to use America and South Africa for reference as Biafra are fighting. Is that freedom? Did these people fight for their own nation? I don't know why. What is the similarity in South Africa and America? Martin Luther King Jr. was fighting for inclusive governance, not freedom. There is a difference between freedom, independent country, and inclusive governance. What Martin Luther King fought for in America is for inclusive governance. What Mandela fought for in South Africa is inclusive governance. It is not a freedom. It is not completely outright freedom or independence of the black people in South Africa. So why are you people comparing these two, these two systems? It is completely different. We are not fighting to become Nigeria or to become something in Nigeria. We are fighting to become who we are before the formation of Nigeria. These are two different things. So there is nothing that is going to happen today that, after the Biafra has regained its independence, that will be worse than what you are going through in Nigeria. So what are you afraid of? Have you not seen debt? Have you not seen enough debt in Nigeria under Nigeria state? Have you not seen enough corruption, dilapidated state, road, and everything in Nigeria? So what is it that is going to be worse than what you are going through in Nigeria today? I don't think that should be, a thing of concern at this point, because the worst of Nigeria, the worst of Biafra will be the best that you are joining in Nigeria.
PM, sorry,
yes.
I come in. I think you kind of misunderstand where I'm going from.
No, I really understand you. I'm just telling you that. I'm just saying that
yes,
these are two different things completely.
Yes, I understood it deeply. What I'm trying to say, I understand that, the mistake our brothers and sisters making with Mazen and the Cal previous IBOB in Nigeria. They were fighting is for what Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela was fighting with ESM stuff. But some of them pretend not to understand your directions. Your directions with government in exile, it give you the power, equal power to talk to every government in the whole world. But at that time, so when Mazen was doing that, they knew what they were doing. Perhaps I assume that Mazen knew, but those there were, as a DSS agents, were employed to do that in a way to continue to deceive Mazen. That's why every time anytime Mazen speak to U.S. senators and all that, they know they're not given the actual right, because of they were fighting in Nigeria systems as to fight through senatorial movements or anything like governors in other way to use that to vote for that to Biafra to exit, which what they were doing, which is not going to happen. So what you are doing is the actual thing. But what I'm trying to say, what we are going, the way our Biafra movement is going, I also trying to put that across for you to have in mind. If anything's going to occur, anything going to bring us, these oppressors in a globalist, we trying to, penetrate, also trying to make sure that what we're fighting for, we're not gonna get it. I'm also asking you to look at that direction. Secondly, I'm also asking if you look at Musa when he was the video that he posted on social media. I watched it. His body movements, what he said in there. He said something like, the commanders, some of them agreed to leave, but some are also not agreed to leave because of what they are getting. And he made the body movements and his gestures also speak to him. Also review the time. It seems like when Hope Uzodinma was also when he was doing that havoc in Imo State. If you remember what happened, he pretended he doesn't know what is going on because he knew he was in charge. He also is involved with those that killing with ESMs and all China Sanwo. Every time he goes on social media, when he broadcasts questions, the body movement makes him suicide. I also want you to look at that directions and also make sure that everything's up, which I know that you're doing. But but for the histories that we have, encounter in the past, I know I'm trying to put into there for my observations. That's the reason I consent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. But what I can say is that they are targeting us and we are targeting them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. PM, I don't know how long we still have to stay.
We can stay for the next 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
So in Igbo language, hane them and I'm there.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rugako. So whichever way they come, we give it to them. Thank you so much, my PM. Please grab the microphone. You are the only one raising your hand now. The PM have only 5 minutes. If anyone else is here and is ready with a very important question, raise your hand after 1 minute because I can't see any other hand up. 1 minute, go ahead, please.
Hello, my beloved Prime Minister. I've been very, very happy since I've been following you. Anytime I hear from you, I feel happy. If I wake up in the morning, I don't see your tweet, I don't sleep. I feel uncomfortable. So what I want to say is concerning the vaccine. This vaccine did not start now. I remember some of my children, I have 2 girls that study in Nigeria. So when they wanted to, the school called me that they want to do vaccination. I told them that nobody should vaccinate my child. Even the one in the university, I told her that nobody, you should not tell anybody to vaccinate you, because the school said that they cannot do that without the consent of the parent. So any mother or father, you know, any school that vaccinates their child, you have every right to take the school to the court. So that's what I want to say about that. So I want to tell our Prime Minister what is happening in my place, because today we are in a space where they say we should speak our dialect, that nobody should speak English there. So I told him that in my place, in Mbise, to be precise, when I notice some places when people are voting, people will come en mass, they will vote, but in my place, I called them, they said no, that our place is so dangerous that you don't even mention vote, they will come and take you. So we have a lot of sabo in my place because of our traditional ruler is a friend to Hope Uzodema. In my own, I will not mention my community. So what I'm saying into this effect is that what can we do in Mbise, to be precise, so that people will be free to do what others are doing in other communities? Because when I look at people lining up, voting, I feel happy. Even my junior brother at home, I called him, I asked him, have you voted? He said, he has never had anything. If there is anything, this is a match. So he said he has never had anything. Okay, in April, he has never had anything about voting. I said, okay, what you need to do, send me your full name, your date of birth, the date of your wife. I will help you to vote. And that was how I voted him. I told him that I even voted. My mother is almost 90 years now. So what are we going to do concerning the sabos in Mbise, so that our people can get this freedom to be free like other communities we see today on lining up voting? Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I don't understand that question. Is it
Sir?
a question or a comment? Did you ask question or you just make comment?
I made comment about the vaccine.
Okay,
My question is about the voting in my particular place in Mbise, to be precise. When I ask, they say some people, when you talk about the voting, they will come and pick you up. And it's so rampant. I've made inquiries. That's what is happening. I now ask them, even in our telegram, our state telegram, ask them what of other places that people are coming up. Those places have been conquered. So I don't know if the problem is from the people at the homeland or those, I don't know. So I want you to look into that and know why our people are not being free enough to vote like other people in other communities. Thank you, sir.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. My Minister of Information is back on. Minister, please, if you can grab the mic. I don't know what happened to you since. Grab the mic if you
Thank
are
you.
able.
Thank you. Thank you,
There are
Masira.
two more people that are here, and the PM said he has 5 minutes. So if you can take
Yeah.
them and then we'll conclude.
Thank you, different people. Thank you, the Prime Minister. I have some questions to the Prime Minister to be able to clear some doubt in the minds of Biafrans. Prime Minister, we are made to understand that when the zoo terrorists were reinforcing and trying to buy many slave and aiders and slave boys of one Nigeria that serves in Biafra land during the time of Ojukwu, that the more they tried, the more the Biafran people were coming closer and giving their support to Ojukwu and his army of Biafra. What do you see reoccurring in your own time relating to what the Biafran people did to Ojukwu that time, considering the sabos that we had, and the Biafran people of today in your government, in the de facto and in exile, as you draw close to the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra?
What we did and what we are doing differently is that we have designed a mechanism that you can never betray and succeed.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Another question, please. Why is the zoo terrorists, from their presidency to the military and to the governors and all those shouting "One Nigeria," drawing away from acknowledging the name, the Biafran Republic Government in Exile, as a government in the Biafran territory?
Of course, you know, that is a validation. So they will avoid it as long as possible. But you know what? Because we know what we are doing, we'll continue to press their neck until they will open their mouth and shout it. And once they shout it, they will start shouting it. For example, the same thing to the Biafra Defense Force. Have you ever heard them telling you that Biafra Liberation Army do this and do that? They avoid the name. But you know what? We have been always announcing, especially when they neutralize those terrorists, we announce it. Have you ever heard any day they wrote and say Biafra Liberation Army did this and did that? They continue to mention ESN because they know what we are doing, they know what we know, and we know what they know. But when they come, they will tell you ESN that we have actually disbanded many years ago. They continue to mention ESN. So that's something that you should know. But you know what? We continue to stick to what we are doing. One day, they will not only cry, but they will shout the name Biafra Liberation Army. And that will be the beginning of the end. I said, I am waiting for the day this Tinubu will talk about Biafra. That will be the day the fall will begin. So we know what we are doing. The more they hide, the more they try to pretend they don't know what is happening, the more this thing is eating them up, and the more they are going down. They will continue to pretend as if they don't know what is going on. But one day, Musa will come and shout Biafra Liberation Army. Thank you.
A lot of people are skeptical about the power and legitimacy of a government. It's what has kept some Biafrans in the dark, because Nigeria teaches them only how to read and not how to reason or to assimilate information. Could you throw more light on the powers and legitimacy and the importance of a government in exile for those that are still docile to be able to understand and to learn something?
The people that are yet to understand is just they are very stupid. They don't want to understand. Otherwise, a simple search, even if they search it and read and they still understand it, is because of this personal hatred and greed, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached many years ago. That the people he need in this struggle are people that are without personal greed, and jealousy. That is what has been clouded many of them. Otherwise, a simple search. And these are the people who claim to be fighting freedom. They don't even know what is government in exile. They don't even know that many countries that have fought and liberated themselves from oppressors formed government in exile. And from government in exile, they transited to the de facto government and become independent state. From Bangladesh to Poland to almost every country that fought independence have one time government in exile. Government in exile enjoy the same right than other government. The only thing is that because your territory has been occupied by the oppressors and you will be operating in exile. And in fact, we even have more privilege than any other government in exile in the history. I am telling you the fact. There is no government in exile that have the privilege that the Biafra government in exile has today. We control the entire territory of Biafra. We have the loyalty of the people, yet we are still struggling because of the interest and because of how they have bastardized our people damage their brain, and they continue to use this divide and rule and all that. When they tell you this group is this group is that, and then you say, oh, they are not even united, they are fighting each other and all that. Destruction. Otherwise, tell me any country in the world that have fought for freedom and have been able to, achieve what the Biafra Republic government in Israel have achieved, and they are not independent nation. But of course, we're getting there. So when they say Biafra is the last miracle on earth, well, I don't think it is the appropriate word, but that particular word is to show you the complication and the difficulty and how complex the problem of Biafrans are. That's why Mazen can use that last miracle on earth. So we have been able to do what no other government in Israel has ever done. Having all the structure in place, controlling the entire territory, having the loyalty of the people, in their millions, 70 millions. You can imagine where 10 million have actually participated with all the disenfranchisement and threat. Like just one of the callers just said that they are picking people up who are talking about voting in one place in the old former Imo state. Yet people are trooping in millions to vote. So that shows you where we are going. So what I'm trying to say is that this particular movement today is something that no other nation has been able to achieve. Biafra, a government in exile, has the right to conduct election. Government in exile have the right to form a political party. Government in exile have the right to build their own military, their own forces. Government in exile have the right to protect their own territory if they have the opportunity. And Biafra Republic government in exile is not an exceptional. It's not exemption from this right that government in exile have to enjoy. And like I said, we are not the first. So they should go and just do some search about government in exile to get themselves educated. And some of them will come to social media and tell you, okay, remain in exile, exile, exile. And they will be talking about it as if they are mocking you. And, when I look at these people, I will just say, was this who actually fighting, talking about Biafra in the past? Because they don't even know what is government in exile. When they hear government in exile, you can imagine, oh, he's prime minister in exile, and they will be mocking you on that. But you know what? When we formed this government in the beginning, they said, oh, very soon they will take him. Which kind of government in exile? What is government in exile? Because these are the people who sleep on social media every day. They couldn't just take their phone, search on the Google to know what is government in exile so they can get themselves educated and save themselves from the shame. But they don't have shame and they don't even care to learn. So we are exercising this right judiciously, the right that government in exile enjoy judiciously. It is well recognized under international law, irrespective of the fact that it is very difficult for nations to, recognize them as an independent nation, but at the same time, it, gave that particular way for the nation to, to become an independent state if the right approach is followed. At this point, we are following every approach, and all of them cannot be wrong. Thank you.
Prime Minister, General Ojukwu was the governor of the Eastern region for years before the declaration of Biafra to defend Biafra land. And it was advantageous that he had control of the whole Eastern region prior to the time of the declaration. So let's say that the Biafran people had already known him as their true leader. So it has been years and they knew him. And you are not in Biafra land, but you are in Finland. So how did you experimentize all the Biafran people all the way from Finland that within a year and some months, everything is going suave?
The spirit of Ojukwu you mentioned is also involved. What Ojukwu did, or what Ojukwu did not do, was having this structure that could convince the external world, apart from those who supported Nigeria blindly, to know that they can actually rule themselves. Because the narrative they have shared for many years is that you can't govern yourself. You can't govern yourself. They forgot that during the time in the 60s where they have the regional government, Biafra people actually governed themselves very well, and the GDP was very, very high. They forgot that on purpose because of the, their business and oil interest. But that is what they didn't tell other people. But every time they will tell you, oh, you cannot govern yourself. Even today, but we have proven them wrong. And that's why they are using so many people you see today, the IPOB Nigeria, to tell you, when you see the report yesterday that, oh, there is a conflicting order. Biafra Republic government in exile is issuing order that IPOB Nigeria issued 30th day of May, and the Biafra Republic government in exile is countering it. And you ask yourself, which one was the first to issue the sit at home? It was the Biafra government in exile on the 27th of April. But of course, because it was not reported, then they tried to support the IPOB Nigeria, who have been against sit at home for the past 3 years. And ask yourself, when last did they order sit at home for May? Last year, for example, 30th of May, where the people had uphold this particular Heroes Day, Remembrance Day of May 30. Last year, the records are there. They say people should stay in their home and pray or with orgy or something like that, or not even sit at home, but people should do. They say it's a palliative or upliftment or whatever they call it. But we ordered the sit at home last year for the remembrance of the Heroes Day, and which Biafra obeyed. This year they came out, they want to do sit at home. So our own is that we are not doing sit at home just for the remembrance of the Heroes Day, because the heroes continue to die even today. Heroes are dying. So we cannot continue to remember heroes when we have not even gotten our freedom. So what we do now is to channel that particular exercise to something that will add to the liberation of Biafra, which is to make sure that Biafra participates in this self-referendum vote. If we can record 4 million today in the Monday, I know that in these coming 3 days, a lot of things will happen. So we are looking for whoever that have not voted to participate in the voting in these 3 days they sit at home. So Ojukwu, that was the governor of Eastern Nigeria, he have advantage of just military, hardware. Okay, that is the only advantage. Otherwise, there is no other thing. We have more advantage than Ojukwu today, and that's why we are making this progress. In addition to the awareness and the pain that they create, that came from the aftermath of the Civil War, which is also aiding to what is happening today. So we have more advantage than Ojukwu today, both in the global level and in the local level. Thank you.
Prime Minister, if you say you or your government or Biafran people of today have more advantage than the time of Ojukwu, will you play into the media? Because we saw that the British used the BBC and the Premium Times of London as a propaganda means during the genocide, and there was no way the Biafran media could have reached out to the media. Could you give accolades that the Biafran people of today have been able to use the media as a tool of warfare?
Of course, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So the media is what we don't have, and today we have the media, and that's what what is making the difference. And you see, that propaganda of BBC can never work this time around. Remember, they tried it when the time they came up with disinformation, thinking that when they do the documentary of disinformation, we are going to disappear and run away. Everybody will be running. Oh, they are calling my name on BBC. They say I'm disinformation. Oh, they are causing terrorism. They are causing violence. Our information is making people to go gaga in Nigeria. They thought when they do it, we are going to run away. They did that particular thing. Of course, the IPOB Nigeria criminals, they disappeared for a few days. All of them were panicking. But we came stronger on the social media. Today, where is that documentary? Where is it? Is anybody talking about it? It's only when I post it now they will even remember that or something like that. But they did it, thinking that when they do it, all of us will disappear. Where are we today? We come stronger on them. And we are going to even come more stronger. So no amount of blackmail propaganda by any BBC or CNN is going to deter us, because we know what we are doing, we know our focus, and we have vision. And that vision must be accomplished, and nothing in this earth will stop us. So the media has been, yes, the media has been one of the biggest tools we have. Thank you.
Prime Minister, in the middle of the genocidal war of 66 to 70s, British government used a chopper and they were disposing of a propaganda leaflet against the Biafran people inside Biafra land while the genocide was ongoing. You will be declaring Biafra in December 2nd. What do you foresee of a repetition of this kind in the declaration and the restoration of Biafran nation?
And they have done it already. Did you not see them sharing leaflets and flyers of my name, calling me criminals, calling me terrorists, that nobody should listen to me? Are you not seeing that in Biafra land?
So what will be your advice to the Biafran people?
We don't need to advise them. Biafra will be the one to advise you. Biafra will advise anybody that is not. I'm telling you the fact. Where is the effect? Where is the effect of the sharing of the flyer today? Are people not sitting at home? Go to Biafra land today and see what is happening. So Biafra are ready to advise anybody who is even shaking. Just look at how they are standing on the line, casting their vote. No amount of propaganda by the Nigeria state will convince any genuine Biafra now. That is what is giving me joy. So I am not even bothered about their shenanigans and their sharing of flyer. They have done it. They have done even worse than that. You see, in most of the junction, they put a flyer, they put a poster of media, saying IPOB is evil. You even see them dancing on the market. Where are those dancing on the market today? They made a video, they were playing music, dancing in the market. Oh, say no to IPOB. Oh, they carry car and all that. Where are those effects today? It doesn't hold water. Biafra have rejected them, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. So it is the life they are living. So they know better now. Because do you know why? Biafra people have seen that indeed there is a government that can fight for them and protect them. And we have proven to be very, very ready to defend Biafra people, and we have done it. So Biafra land today, they are going to farm, while other part of Nigeria, they are not going to farm. People are getting killed every day in their farm and abducted. So Biafra is only safe today because of the activities of the Biafra Defense Forces under the Biafra government in exile. Who can beat that? Even as stupid as they are, somebody will still go back to his bed or her bed and think about what is going on. So most of people that are not yet supporting is because they are scared. They are scared of not us, but they are scared of the Nigerian terrorist state. Because if you, like somebody say, going to vote, they come to abduct you. Going to protest, they will kill you. So, it's only people with courage that will be able to support what we are doing openly. And today, we have defeated fear. So that fear has been defeated. Look at what is happening in Biafra land. People are going out boldly to vote and standing on the line and voting. Even the terrorists are scared of coming to kill our people anymore. Otherwise, if it is before now, you will see the patrol everywhere now. Python dance, Python dance 1, Python dance 2, Python dance. Was it not in Biafra land? It was in Biafra land. Where is it today? They said they have Udo. They said they have Udoka, whatever they say Udoka. Are you seeing any of them moving as Udoka movement? Thank you.
Prime Minister, all the criminal religious leaders that have been embezzling money from the poor masses that are dying in the hands of the Fulani terrorists, they have activated the Japa syndrome system. But they have been preaching that they need to do prayer and fasting for them to remove insecurity. And you have made Biafran people the safest place. And the person that was speaking earlier, which you played her voice, was the same person that said that Nigeria is turn by turn Nigeria limited. That as they have not kidnapped you today, they will kidnap you tomorrow. That she's waiting for her own turn to be kidnapped someday. What will you say about these Japa pastors that have Japa and left their congregation behind in the hands of the terrorists?
There are many of them that are actually speaking truth, most of these pastors, even though some of them are bad, but there are still those who are, preaching the word of God. So if you listen to one of the video I posted today, where the man said that, your enemy will lie and lie and lie until when, and that lying is for a purpose, until God will vindicate you, and people will, and they will expose themselves, and people will begin to trust you more. That's exactly what is happening. So when they come, they will tell you, oh, Nigeria is going to be good. They do prophecy. The same people that prophesy about Nigeria are the one running away. The same people that prophesy about Nigeria, how everything is going to be good, are the one telling you they have a dream. And because of the dream, they don't want to come back to Nigeria. These same people, their congregation, people go, if not them directly, those going to their church are the ones shouting on social media. Someone ever come to Nigeria, come to Nigeria and fight. Their pastor have already left them. They don't even know. Their pastor left them for ordinary having a dream. Ordinary dream that they had a dream. And that was how the pastor. But their congregation will be on social media, including on this space now, telling you, come to Nigeria now, come to Nigeria and fight. But their pastor, who they believe in, who they receive an anointing and they already left them from Nigeria. They're in Nigeria, they're looking for visa, praying for visa. The man left them. He went to America and he don't want to come back because he had a dream that he's going to be attacked in Nigeria. So these are people that have deceived themselves. They continue to deceive themselves. We, Biafra people, we have been liberated and we have, delivered ourselves from the bondage of these criminals who parade themselves as pastors. The same thing for Kumuyi. Nobody knows that Kumuyi is already in the United Kingdom. Jackman. And he has been praying. I remember when I used to go to his church in those days when we were small. They would say, Kumuyi is coming. We will go to crusade. We'll go there. They will shout. Hey. They will shout from heaven to earth. And then at the end of the day, they say some people have received blessing. All of us will carry. One day I was praying that let me see how this Holy Ghost will touch me. I want to fall. I never fall for one day. We'll go to this crusade. Kumuyi will come. They will say the man of God. He will pray and people, at the end of the day, they will tell you Nigeria is good. Nigeria is going to be good. Everything. Till today, now Kumuyi finally run away from Nigeria. Abandon his congregation and run away from Nigeria. Today he's talking from London. And many of the congregation don't even know that he's no longer in Nigeria. He left them, Jackpot. So God of Biafra have come to deliver his people. And that's exactly what is going on. We are the pure people of God. And God always, his blessing and his protection is always on us. And our own is practical. So while you are praying to God, you have to also be practically living your life. Thank you.
Prime Minister, this other question now is to Biafrans in the diaspora, most especially in America, Europe, UK, and other parts of the Western world. Musa said his fraudulent government is working with the international community to repatriate some Biafrans that are supporting their freedom, and some of them are already shivering. What is your advice to the Biafran people in response to what Musa says, so that they will be well assured that nobody has the right to stop them from their self-defense?
It is a psychological welfare they want to use against us. And I don't think anybody should fall for that particular thing at this point. Even if anybody comes today to arrest me, don't panic. Believe me, I am ready for anything, for anywhere. So forget about whatever they are saying. It is psychological talk to demoralize you. Don't be demoralized. Don't be distracted. Don't move. What you are doing is right. Anywhere, any place they take you to, know that it is your right for self-defense. And what you are doing is to encourage people back home to defend themselves against terrorist state. And nobody, there is no crime anywhere in the world. There is no crime, there is no law anywhere that says you must allow yourself to be killed when they come to kill you with AK. I have said it. If they come with AK-47, buy AK-47 to defend yourself. If they come with GPMG, buy GPMG to defend yourself. If they come with knife and machete, get a machete to defend yourself. That is what law says. You cannot just say somebody come with AK-47 to kill you. And then also, let me also, for those Nigerians who will be, when the military come to kill Biafra and the Biafra Liberation Army resist them and neutralize many of them, they will say, oh, you have caused problem now. Now the community is going to pay for it. And this is happening for many years. Is that how a country should be? If somebody come to kill you, you resist the person, and then the people will be supporting the criminals in the army to go to the community and burn the community. Is that how a country should be? Why are you supporting that? If you know that somebody neutralize you when you come to kill, go and look for the people who neutralize you, who carry gun. Not innocent women, not innocent children, not homes that did nothing to you. Why would you go and start burning the home? And this is the impunity that they support. So my people, anybody that come to kill you with AK-47, get AK-47, gun the person down first. That is the law of self-defense. You don't wait for the person to kill you, and then other people that the bullet did not hit will get a video of you and post it on social media. This is what Biafra have done for many years. This time around is bullet for bullet, gun to gun. So anybody that listens to Musa, don't listen to him. He is doing that, trying to demoralize some of you who may not know your right. Your right is that you are not in Nigeria and you encourage people to defend themselves. That is only what you do. I am the person that anybody who wants to take anybody should be me, not you. I am the one commanding the people to defend themselves in the homeland. So whenever anybody comes to you, tell them that your prime minister is there, go and hold him responsible. Thank you.
Prime Minister, the Biafran government and the Biafran parliament in anticipation have made it clear that Biafrans in diaspora who are shying away from supporting their freedom will face stringent measures when Biafra is restored. For Biafrans back home that have faced the brunt of one Nigeria for years to this very day, does their participation and their sacrifices exonerate them from any stringent measures that await those that did not support Biafra when Biafra is restored?
Their sacrifice at this point is very, very applauding. And definitely those in homeland will have a different policy than those in the diaspora who did not support. Homeland people will definitely have a different policy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then also, let me make it very clear that those people that, because this question you asked, they are listening, they would think that the comment of Musa is working, so he need to come out again to make a threat again, because that's the word exactly how they do. So now they're listening to this particular space, they will say, oh, even the Minister of Communication is now saying it, that people are scared because of Musa saying that they're going to be profiling people and all that. We are not scared of anything. I am telling you the fact. That is what. Now, Musa is going to be coming every weekend now, or twice in a week, to tell how they are profiling the people, how they are listing the name, that now in the space, Simon, somebody, minister, is talking about, okay, people are scared because he made a comment that they are profiling. I am telling you the fact. And that is what they call the psychological warfare. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Prime Minister, this question goes like this. If my father today in the diaspora or in the homeland supports Biafra with everything, when Biafra comes, assuming that I am underage now, do I have legitimacy because of my father's name to have the same right as someone that supported Biafra? And what also applies to someone that his father did not support Biafra, even if he or she, as a child, was not even aware of his father's status in the support of Biafra, then will he now come to face the ill consequences of the crimes his father committed against supporting Biafra?
No. Underage Biafrans are completely exempted from every policy concerning the Biafra struggle. Completely exempted, 100% exemption. They are not part of it. Thank you.
All right, I yield my mic for now. Mazi Bam Bam Bam, over to you, please. Okay, I think Bam 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 is not there. Prime Minister, how many more minutes do you still have?
I think we should round up, because I had 5 minutes before you started your question. So the program should end here.